Artificial intelligence has finally caught up with James Cameron's imagination, and that's both thrilling and terrifying. The visionary filmmaker behind the Terminator once dreamed up a world where machines rose against humanity. 40 years later, that chilling fantasy feels less like science fiction and more like tomorrow's headlines. And this new reality, ironically, might be the biggest obstacle to bringing back one of Hollywood's most iconic franchises. Before Cameron built the lush CGI universe of Avatar, he created the gritty, prophetic world of the Terminator and Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Those films didn't just redefine action cinema, they offered a warning about our relationship with technology. Now, with artificial intelligence writing code, generating art, and even debating ethics, Cameron finds himself hesitant to revive a story he might have already predicted too accurately. As he once joked, he doesn't want to send a potentially dangerous robotic agent after anyone who asks too many questions. When speaking with IO9 while promoting his upcoming movie Avatar, Fire and Ash, Cameron finally offered a glimpse behind the curtain. Once the marketing for Fire and Ash wraps up, I'll have a bit of breathing room, he said. I've got a stack of notes this thick, he gestured about 3 inches, and that's usually how my creative process begins. I really want to dive into what a new Terminator film could be. But here's where it gets complicated, and a little unsettling. Cameron admitted that science fiction has caught up to us, and maybe even passed us by. We're living in a science fiction world, he said. The problems we once imagined through stories are now part of everyday life. I can't predict the future like I did in 1984, no one can. But I want to make sure whatever story I tell still feels 2 steps ahead. As the director wraps up Avatar, Fire and Ash, releasing December 19th, he's weighing several possible next steps. One project explores the history and consequences of the atomic bomb in World War II. Another may adapt The Devils, a dark novel with deep philosophical themes. And of course, there are still 2 more Avatar sequels waiting in the wings. Whether the Terminator earns its long-awaited resurrection depends on whether Cameron finds that elusive creative spark to future-proof his vision once again. Still, one thing's clear, he hasn't ruled it out. Somewhere in that towering pile of notes might lie a story bold enough to make the Terminator relevant for the AI age, a story perhaps even Cameron's younger self couldn't have imagined. But what do you think? Should Cameron dare to revisit the world of Skynet now that real AI is already reshaping our world, or should he leave his 1984 masterpiece as a prophetic warning that doesn't need a sequel? Share your take, this could be the most divisive debate in science fiction today.